Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews has another duo review, and I did a solo of this and then I went back and bought another bottle so we could do a duo review.
Okay.
The lowest price I found, and when I first bought this, was at Total Wine and More, and it was $13.99 for one bottle.
Wow.
Then Matherns brought it in a week after it came out. I don't know why it was a week late, but theirs is only $11.99. So they got their, I bought this second bottle for $11.99, not a very low price. Then they got the different flavored versions for $24.99 and stuff, and I was like, nah.
Wow.
One was macaroon.
That's a lot.
One was vanilla.
Yeah.
I said $24.99 for one bottle. Nah.
Of this size?
Yeah, 16.9 ounces. Okay, so they came out with Goose Island is a company that started in the late 80s in Chicago, Illinois. In 1992, they came out with the Bourbon County brand stout, which is aged for like over a year in bourbon barrels. This is what the old bottles used to look like.
I've seen that.
Come in 4-packs.
I've seen that, yeah.
But then they decided to go with the single big bottles, and they don't make these bottles anymore. I just saved that. So one of the this year they're aging it in 4 different bourbons. The 2024 vintage: Buffalo Trace bourbon barrels, Heaven Hill bourbon barrels, I think Wild Turkey bourbon barrels, and Four Roses.
Okay.
And I think they take a part of the batch and put each part in different barrels, let them age, and then they blend it together.
Blend it together, okay.
Because I wasn't sure how they did it. Did they take the whole thing and go to each barrel?
Right, that sounds less time efficient.
Okay, so it's got a nice embossed bottle, Goose Island. This version, it changes every year. This year's version is recommended that you drink it by the 23rd of June 2029. So it ages, and it's 14.7% alcohol.
Okay.
14.7, so we'll just have a little sample of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had Buffalo Trace bourbon.
Yeah, at some point. I have, definitely.
And I put some other liquors up here.
That's a cool bottle.
That's from Japan.
Nice. I like Japanese whiskey.
And that's from Mexico. And that's from Kentucky. All right.
Yeah, cool. Have you tried this yet?
No, it's still sealed.
Oh,
I tried it
yeah.
one time at my friend David's house about 7 years ago. I really liked it.
Cool.
Okay, so bourbon barrel aged stout.
Yeah, that's dark. Smell it from here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's dark, dark, dark.
And I don't even know if this is sold in Alabama, because places like Mississippi and Alabama have a level of for beer you can't go above it. Like in Mississippi, you can't sell beer above 10%. So I don't think they could sell that there. In Georgia, you can't sell this.
Really?
Because Georgia can not go above 14. So I don't know if that's in Alabama either. Alabama may have some strict rules like that.
Silly.
So anyway, yeah, some of these rules are ridiculous. Okay, anyway, there's no head of foam.
Wow.
It's just black.
We were talking
Very
about
dark
molasses
brown black.
earlier. That's what this is. Dark, dark brown. Looking like molasses.
And then the website talks about what kind of malts they use, like a dark malt and a medium malt, and they have 2 types of hops. I can't remember the hops. But I have the notes below. I think it's 2 types of hops. Okay. So the aroma is very bourbonish.
Yeah.
Picking up that bourbon barrel.
Yeah. It's kind of like a creamy, like vanilla vibe.
Yeah. Now they don't put bourbon in the beer. They just age it in ex-bourbon barrels.
I mean, yeah, it's strong. Which makes sense. Strong smell.
Yeah. Now this 2014 edition was 13.8. This year's 14 point, what did I say, 7?
They said the people need it a little stronger this year.
But it'll change. Now next year it might be 13.9, you know.
Next year it's going to be 14 point.
Yeah, I've never seen it go above 15. I've never seen it go to 15. All right.
Wow, that's strong.
Strong dark bread, and I say raisins.
Yes, wow. It's like the taste is changing in my mouth as you were saying it. Like the raisin like came right out.
I'm a good taster, huh? I should be what do you call it? A cicerone? Sommelier. Really, it's got a back note of the bourbon barrel.
Wow.
It's got the heavy barley malt.
Now, I took like a little sippy, and it's just like my mouth.
It's super strong bread.
Wow.
The raisin and the bourbon barrel, and it seemed like it has a little coffee and chocolate note. Little. You don't add coffee or chocolate, but.
But that rich dark flavor does, I get you, like evoking a kind of like espresso powder or like little cocoa nubs.
Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention. Oh, and it says you should serve it in a snifter, but we didn't use snifters. But it does contain wheat.
Okay.
If you look on the bottle somewhere, or definitely on the website, it says it contains wheat. Now, I don't know why they're adding wheat to it. Maybe to give it more smoothness in the body or something, but breadiness.
It is smooth. It has nice mouthfeel. I mean, this is strong. There's a lot going on. This is like a sipper, not like a, oh yeah, it's a sipper, but I'm gonna, no, like.
Definitely not.
It would take me so long to drink this. Like I would have to like pour a little bit at a time so it wouldn't all get room temperature, stick it in the fridge, have a little. Yeah. I would split this happily with like 4 people. Well, for the price, you could also split it from between 4 people. Those $24 ones you were talking about.
Oh, those. You know, I didn't buy those the last couple of years because in the past I had bought some of their flavored ones, and they never lived up to what I want.
I mean, it's got that like boozy burn, you know, like it's strong and complex. Like there's a lot going on. I feel like over the years, you know, we were talking about pumpkin beers being really oversaturated. I feel like bourbon aged stuff, especially beer, but bourbon aged stuff in general,
flooded, yeah,
everywhere. And I've been kind of like tired of it. Like honestly, like most of the time, I used to love that kind of thing. Most of the time, you will not catch me ordering something that was aged in bourbon
barrels
because I'm like, I get it. Like I've had it, you know.
That's kind of fading too, yeah.
Like I feel like I've tasted it a million times. This does taste pretty different. Like, and maybe that comes from it being aged in 4 different proprietary barrels.
And they've been doing it probably longer than anybody since 1992. You know, once that got popular, everybody wanted to run and start doing it. Now, they told me this year that they said the Brooklyn Black Ops aged in 4 Roses barrels for this year was really good because the last 2 years it was so, 2 or 3 years, it was so bad. It tasted sour and nasty. It was like, I said, I paid all this money for this stuff. But this is, I guess this is worth the money, but it is expensive.
It's a lot. I'm not even sure if it's pleasant to drink, just because there's so much going on. I mean, it's a very good product for me personally. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so strong. There's so much going on. I feel like I need to.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to drink
eat
the whole
something
bottle
with it. I don't know what I would pair with it flavor wise. That wouldn't make me want to pass out. Maybe just some like plain bread and butter. I'm like I feel like I need a palate. Like I need some
white bread and butter. Oh, it's not.
Or like how they'll serve like seltzer water with espresso. Like I feel like I need some bubbles to help clear my palate. Like some soda water. Actually, that would be really nice, and I would recommend having you some little LaCroix or Perrier if you're drinking this, just so that when your palate's getting overwhelmed, because it is a lot, you could just have a little sip and keep on.
LaCroix or Perrier.
I would not be drinking this by myself. There is no way. You're gonna be splitting it?
The body's not really that heavy.
No, but the flavor, like it's just
strong.
There's a lot going on. Like it is a flavorful.
Finishes.
If I drink this too fast, I would feel sick. You know, like just because it's so strong.
Oh, yeah, you would be sick. It finishes partly dry. It's got some sweetness in the finish though. It's just very intense.
It is. I don't think I would want more than a little cup of this. Like, I don't think I would want to drink a whole bottle by myself. Personally. That's just me. It's great. I'm probably going to give it an A+. I'm just trying to, like, you know, narrate my experience.
I did drink that whole bottle, the first one I got, not in an hour, like over hours. But it did make me feel kind of sick, like I took medicine.
Yeah, like I feel like it would make me feel a little nauseous, like almost like when you're eating a lot of dessert and it's just like really rich and you're like, ooh, I feel a little queasy, like I want some milk to balance it out.
Yeah. So you might want to eat vanilla ice cream while you sip on this.
Honestly, I would make a vanilla, I mean, maybe that's a little, I don't know. What's the word? Not irreverent, but like to put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in this. But I do kind of think
I tried that with other stouts, and my problem with those, there was too much malt. Because you know, ice cream is made with malted wheat, and it was like the malt on the malt was a little much.
Oh, because I can see it being good like an affogato, where you put the scoop of gelato in the espresso.
But yeah, I like sipping it, and I'm not going to waste this, obviously.
Yeah, this is like you have time, you're leisurely enjoying something really rich and decadent, you know, like I would not be rushing through this.
No. So how do you score this one?
Yeah, I'll give it an A+. I think.
Like on percentage wise?
Oh, don't make me do the percentages.
You don't have to. Michael Komaroff got me on that. Michael Komaroff from Brooklyn, New York City, New York. He's like, you got to give a specific number. And I was like, okay, 95? Yes. He'd write it down in his book. But I would say this year I'm going to go with 9.7. A 97, 9.7 out of 10. It's most excellent. Not, but perfect. I've had years in the past where it was 100.
Really?
Yeah, something this year is bringing it down to 97 instead of 100 or 10 out of 10. Still, most beers you buy are not going to hit 9.7.
Yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. It is more expensive, not on sale. What you said, like $14 for a single bottle. Not on sale?
No one had it on sale. It's just whatever they chose to price it. Total Wine had it for $13.99.
Okay.
Elio's Wine Warehouse in New Orleans had it for $12.99, and Mathern's has it for $11.99. They probably got the cheapest price in the whole.
Yeah, if you're willing to spend $12 to $14 on a single bottle of this, like you probably, you know, you're committed. You know what you're gonna get. So, like, I don't think this is something someone would just casually, nonchalantly pick up anyway. Like, I think you would kind of, you know. So it is an experience. It's not just like knocking back some brews. If you're
a Busch Light drinker, and that's what you're used to, this could come as a bit of a shock.
But if you want to treat yourself to something that feels indulgent, that's strong, especially if you're someone who you're like, I'm not a big liquor person, like I'm not a big wine person, but I want something that feels maybe a little more special than just like knocking back in a beat of amber or something. Like this would be like a nice treat for the holidays, you know, after dinner, you know, like maybe someone else is drinking sherry, you're having like a little glass of this. Like it feels special. Like it feels like a treat.
This one always comes out on the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. This would be a nice gift for, you know, somebody, for the beer drinker in your life who really enjoys this kind of thing. I think this would make a nice little gift. So
are you going to go along with my number, or are you going to go higher or lower?
Yeah, no, I'll go along with your number. That makes sense.
So you wouldn't really drink this too much, but you would recommend it?
Yes. Because I know myself, and this just isn't something, like, I know if I was trying to drink too much of it, I would start feeling queasy. That's just me. And that's not a reflection of the product at all. Like, I would definitely...
And you drink liquor because I gave you this gin for a gift, and you're not going to waste the gin.
No, but I'm also not drinking a thing of plain gin like that.
You're going to make cocktails.
Yeah, I have a little bit. So I would, you know, and again, like, I could see this being like a nice gift for somebody. It feels special. It feels like a nice treat. As you said, it seems like they've been winning, you know, they've been doing it the longest and have, you know, perfected the
I don't know if it was
the art.
I don't know if it was the first bourbon barrel aged stout, but it's one of the first.
And if you want something like that, like a bourbon aged, again, kind of like we're saying with the pumpkin beers, I feel like bourbon aged stuff, it's a dime a dozen, but this does actually feel like special in quality. So
okay. All right, so Les Le Bon Temps Relais, a most excellent product. it's gonna cost you, but what the heck, once a year, you could afford a bottle a year.
Yeah.
And just buy one every year. I've seen people age them.
I had some shortbread cookies.
And I have aged stouts, but I
Yeah.
find, to me personally, I don't find they improve.
I've never tried it.
Beer to me is better fresh. I have done 5 years on beers, and they were okay. They were fine. And my friend David went 10, and we tried some, and he was like, "This stuff's no good. It's going off." I said, "Right, because beers.
It's not wine.
Drink it fresh, yeah." So anyway, but you could buy one bottle a year, and that's no big deal. And we're going to end this review by saying y'all go to Chicago, Illinois, and tour the Goose Island. And they make a lot of other beers, not just strong.
Yeah, I've
I've
definitely seen them around.
A lot of light beers that you, not light beer, but lighter beers that you can get at Walmart.
Yeah.
Goose Island.
Yeah.
And we're going to end this review by saying y'all go to Chicago, Illinois, and take a Goose Island Brewery tour.